Hi, everybody. My name is Rita Crompton, and I am the president and CEO of Archimedes Offspring. So if you hear a little bit of chatter in the background, it is my grandson upstairs running around thinking, chase me, chase me. And isn't that the vision that inventors have? If you think about, that 3-year-old upstairs running around and you are chasing the dream, you are chasing the next steps, you are chasing the dollars, whatever you're chasing in your life. I get inventors that some steps are easier than other steps. There is no doubt about it. All right. There are just some things it's like, all right, well, this is the checklist item. Let me go ahead and get my search ordered. That's a checklist item. And it's not unusual that things get a little out of sync because you're chasing the next step that you can grasp. Okay. So when things seem confusing and when you're just really not sure if you're chasing the right next step, that's what we kind of want to address today. Is it, when you do things in order, they're going to seem easier. When you do things in order, they're going to make more sense. They're going to cost less money. All right. And you're going to find out sooner rather than later, before you've spent a ton of money and just watched it disappear down a black hole. You'll find out, do you really have something? So that's what we're always looking at, asking ourselves, in the beginning and those first steps. Do you really have something? It's tough when I talk to inventors. It's like, this has been it. So the question is not, sorry about that. And I'm freezing cold. The question's not, do you have something necessarily that is new and novel as being the single criteria. All right. When we're looking at the overall project that you're considering, is like, is there really enough room to get a good patent? Now, different industries have different swings on that. We assess them based on industry. So when we're looking then is, is your gadget better than the other ones out there? All right. And is there really enough room for it? A simple improvement sometimes is just not enough. And for you to spend all of your money and stomach lining on that, probably not. You probably shouldn't go there. If you've got a better chess game, unless it's going to rock the chess world, it's maybe not worth it. All right. These are business decisions that we help you assess. These are business decisions that we want to take a serious look at. And when I get inventors that have just gone out the door and you've got a new way to clean a paintbrush, maybe there's not enough market for it. Now, we saw Tuesday night a very cool new gadget for cleaning a paint roller. And that's just why whatever example I'm sending out is because I've usually just seen something or talked to someone that was very cool. All right. I've done painting of rooms before, and I've leaned over the tub to clean out a roller because I had to use it the next day. This was pretty cool, cleans a roller in about 5 minutes, makes it nice and clean and soft and fluffy, and yay. All right. So we want to know that based on that, we can hit a certain price point because that's where this is going to make sense. So those are questions that we start asking early on. All right, how complicated is it going to be to hit a particular price point? When we look at something as being an impulse buy, well, there are impulse buys that need to hit below 10, and then there are impulse buys that need to hit below 25, depending, again, on the industry and where they would be placed. There's a big difference between an impulse buy for a contractor who does construction and an impulse buy for a family that's on vacation. So those are some of the things that we look at. So when we say, the title of today's video was, how confusing. You don't want to take the first steps because things are confusing. And that's what Archimedes Offspring helps you determine. All right. We help you take a look at, all right, here's what you've done in the past. Is there anything that we need to go back and adjust or clean up? What is the next step and where do we want to get to? What does it look like as an end project? And that's where we really have a lot of value to you when you say, I don't know what the next step is. My spouse is getting cranky because I've spent too much money. We're here to help you take a deep breath, look at the next steps, make them not so scary because we are there financially to give you support. And even if you don't fit into that round of funding, we're here to give you information. It's like, you don't fit for our funding, but don't give up on the project. Here's where you might want to back up and regroup just a little bit. Instead of spending, $20,000 on a marketing campaign to go out over the internet, why not just go to the next trade show? That's, one of the things that we had talked about, Tuesday night to a gentleman who had a new app. And I said, don't go there. Go to the Consumer Electronics Show. That's where the users of that app would be. All right. Apps are tough because you can't really file intellectual property on them. They are obsolete by the time you get to market because everybody's got, technology in that arena changes so fast. I've heard from a lot of people, don't file a patent on a new app. And, as much as I do believe in patents, that's a tough one because technology is changing things so fast. Well, what are your options then? And those are some of the things that we help you work out. Just like we, talked to this young man Tuesday night at the meeting. It's like, what are your options? All right. And that is definitely one of them that is, get it to market as fast as you can before somebody else squeezes into that space. It was a very cool app. I wouldn't necessarily use it, but that's okay. I don't buy every product that's out there, but I see that there are certain people that would do that. I wouldn't buy it for myself, but I might buy it for my daughter and her family members because they go camping. So, I passed that part of my life a long time ago. I'm not sleeping on the ground anymore. My idea of camping is there was no room service. But, different phases for everybody. Different people love to go camping, and that's cool. It's just like, we had a product that would be perfect for, people that like to go to those large events like race car driving and things are outside, rodeos and fairgrounds and amusement parks, those kinds of activities. Well, I don't really do those anymore unless one of my grandsons is visiting, and then we could have used it. But I could see myself buying one for the entire family so that each have their own. Those are some of the things that we evaluate when we're looking at products is, I might not buy it, but who would buy it? And can we hit their price point? So when we're helping you in that first part of, okay, let's get a search done. Let's get these next steps done. We've already got kind of an end vision in place. Who would buy this? And when I talk to inventors and I say, there are 3 questions you need to answer. All right. And the first one, what problem does it solve? Second one, can a good patent be filed? And can it be made at a price that group of consumers are willing to pay for it? Those are the big 3 questions. So when you are asking yourself that, all right, you're on the right track. So go to Inventor Lady and download the Inventor's Galaxy Guide. That's going to walk you through a lot of those steps so you're not confused. It lays out what the steps are, the pendulum swing of pricing, time frames. You've got to know who you are before you can take the first step. So anyway, inventorlady.com. It's free. All you got to do is download it and read. It takes you about 30 minutes. It's not like one of those big 500-page books that puts you to sleep every night. This is pretty straightforward. Are you this or are you that? Are you this or are you that? And at the end, you know who you are. Yay. That's pretty straightforward. So no more confusion on what are the next steps to take. Figure out where you are. Figure out what your area of expertise is. And then by all means, we're halfway through January. Get up off the couch. Take a first step. We're here to help you. My name is Rita Crompton.